Hey there, it's Dusty with a story for you. This one is, am I the astronaut for lashing out at my coach's assistant for making a joke about my dad who recently passed? They did what? What justification throughout the rest of the story is going to make this okay? I think none. Let's find out. So I, 16 male, was at a swim practice earlier today, 6:30 to 8:30 p.m., and this is one of my first practices back after my dad passed in early December. Anyways, I come in and get changed as usual, and then I get showered and head out to the pool deck. Keep in mind, I've gained quite a bit of weight since the last time they've seen me, and I'm quite out of shape and struggling to keep up when we start the practice. My coach says welcome back and hugs me and stuff, and he basically catches me up on everything that's happened, what I've missed, etc. Then we start the warm-up. It was quite difficult for me as I haven't swam in almost 2 months. To begin the warm-up, we had to dive off the blocks. My dive was really slow and sloppy as I haven't practiced in a while. We get out of the water for the coach to explain the main set, and the coach's assistant, I think she's 38 female, but I don't know for sure, bizzo it is, says, "It's a pity your dad couldn't have died a little later to save you from this practice." What the? Okay, what? Not even just in front of the kid, but like just the ability for these words to come out of this person's mouth, even if it wasn't in front of the kid or directed to the kid. Like, what is wrong with you? That's terrible on so many levels. And she starts laughing, and I'm fuming at this point. I tell her to piss off and to not talk about things like that, and I left early. My mom has called the coach and told him that what was said today was unacceptable, and that she thinks it's disgusting that an adult who I should view as an authority figure to trust and look up to would say such things. Am I the astronaut? Please, please, please don't prove I'm right. I mean, please, please, please tell me this assistant coach was fired just immediately. Yes, it was. It is a bizzo thing, which kind of surprises me a little bit. I mean, it seems like I don't know why I would expect like a male coach to step in this before a female coach, but I do. No matter what, it doesn't matter. This is not okay. It's not okay to say behind someone's back. It's not okay to say to someone's face. Like, instead of empathizing or sympathizing at all, you just decided to further humiliate this kid who's already struggling. Already really, really struggling. How old is this kid? 16. 16-year-old kid who just lost his father and is struggling with everything right now, especially this daunting swim practice because it's been 2 months. Why has it been 2 months, you ask? Oh, because he's been dealing with the loss of his father. And you decide to dig in and make some mean girl bullshit comments. Congratulations, you're fired. Gosh. How do you, as an administrator who receives word that one of your employees said something like this, how do you even handle that? You bring him in and you're like, what the congratulations on detonating your career. You can't be trusted around human beings if you're going to be capable of saying shit like that. You can't be trusted. And guess what? Trust is a pretty BFD when it comes to teaching and coaching. So, bye. I don't know. Stacy Loves Butterflies says that woman is obviously not lost either of her parents, and so apparently can't feel empathy. Yeah, correct. There's an obvious disconnect there from just being able to understand a human being, period. And really relishing in someone struggling. Like, she enjoyed the fact that he was struggling. Laughed about it. Cool. You don't get to be here anymore. That's it. Wonder Woman, what brain cells got together and thought that'd be a good thing to say? Look, I say some stupid shit. I say a lot of stupid shit. Most of the time it's to Candy Thunder. And she lets me know pretty quickly that it was stupid shit. So I'm learning. But yeah, it had to pass through a couple of checkpoints before it came out of her mouth. And then she laughed about it. For you to laugh about some bullshit that you just said, it's like it's cemented in there. You're the rest of your mind and soul are like, yup, sounds right. Let's laugh now. Okay, bitch. I mean, not only is the role of a coach just completely going over her head, but the role of like a leader, period. It's just not there. Do you think you're going to build someone up by tearing them down? It's not like breaking a wild horse here. Also, it's not like summer football camp where the goal is to break them. It's not like that. It's not like that. Ugh. Jenny, you don't need to lose a parent to understand that it's traumatic to lose a parent, especially as a teen. You shouldn't. And that's where, like, her ability to empathize just isn't going to happen because she doesn't have any experience to pull from. But to sympathize, like, it's a pretty basic thing. You should be able to say, like, yeah, losing a parent, I bet that's a really hard thing to go through. Dude, let's give a little grace. And I hope she never, ever, 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 ever receives the trust of any other human being to have any kind of impact on teens, kids, human beings, period. Like, you don't get to manage other people. You don't get any kind of position of authority when you abuse it like that. Sorry, you don't. Also, you ought to be paying for this kid's therapy now, bizzo. You're not the astronaut for lashing out. Bravo to you for having some boundaries here and being like, that is unacceptable, because most 16-year-old kids would probably just hang their head in shame and let that shit happen and be disgruntled when they got home and maybe not open up to their parents about it, right? You stood on business and were like, that's f***ed up. I'm sorry. What? And then filled in your mother, and she was able to take some kind of action there. And thank goodness. Thank goodness for all of that. No, good for you. All right, here is the update. Today, my coach called my mom back and said they want me to hold a restorative justice, I don't know what that means, meeting with me. My mom, my coach, and my assistant coach, and the head coach. So we went into the pool, and when we went in, my coach was waiting for me, and he walked us down to the area we do dry land, a gym with exercise equipment and mats and foam rollers for stretching, etc. There was a gap in the middle, and there were chairs in a little circle. When we walked in, the assistant coach and head coach were already there, and the assistant coach looked really distraught. I hope so. I hope she was having bubbling diarrhea just sitting there, but couldn't do a damn thing about it and just had to endure it and shit herself right then. The spicy kind. Anyways, we sat down and the head coach asked me to explain my side of the story, and so obviously I recapped me getting out of the pool to go and listen to my coach explain the main set when the assistant coach said the joke, and I told her to piss off, then I walked out. The coach then asked me, how do you feel about what the assistant coach said about your father? And so I told him I felt like I wasn't good enough and that I was really upset by it, and I was dreading going back to swimming because I was out of shape and would miss seeing my dad watching my practices and meets, and that the joke made me feel like I was an inconvenience to the team and that it really did make me feel like I wasn't good enough. The head coach then tells me that what I'm feeling is valid and I have a right to be upset. Time out for a second. Liking the head coach so far, let's see where this goes though. Then he asks the assistant coach to explain her side of the story and why she said what she said. She said, I knew that his dad had passed away recently, but I didn't realize he had taken it so seriously, and I meant it as a lighthearted joke. You're not getting any better. No, this is not the time. This is not the time. This is not the time for you to be like, oh, this person's too sensitive. And she stops and she wipes her eye and she's about to cry. After that statement? Oh, because she knows she's in trouble, and that's it. She then starts again. I said it because OP's name is usually the first one finished, and he usually flies through warm-up, but last night he looked like he was swimming through mud. I didn't mean my joke in any bad way. I just thought it would encourage him to swim faster or motivate him. Once again, every time this bizzo opens her mouth, oh my gosh, she gets worse. My mom is livid at this point, and she shouts at the assistant coach saying, how did you think joking about his dad would encourage or motivate him? And I'm not going to say the rest because I might get banned from the app, but yeah. The head coach and my coach had to stop my mom because she got up from her seat at one point and started walking over to the assistant. Yes. In the end, my head coach made the call that her last day as an assistant coach is this Friday. My head coach is going to pass on what happened to all the local swimming teams and clubs, let them know about her and what she's said. I received a very lengthy apology letter, and the head coach compensated me and my mom by paying a taxi company to get me a lift to and from swim practice when my mom is too busy to take me. I also got back my role as team captain since during my nearly 2-month break, it is taken off of me and given to someone else. Hopefully, I don't have any more run-ins with her, but thanks everybody for the really nice comments and support and even some messages. Hey! We like this. This is great. Okay, see, this is what a coach is, you dirty old bitch. This is what a coach does. A coach does not beat people down because of whatever inner bullshit they've got and then try to justify it by saying, I didn't know they took it so hard. And I thought I was just trying to motivate them. No, even if you had a shred of decency in your bones at all, you would have been like, I am so sorry. I don't know what the hell I was thinking. I really stepped in it, and I would love the ability to make this up to you. But instead, you made excuses, just cementing the fact that you are a human piece of garbage. Wow. Just wow. This dirty old B gets the ASCOM one. There's no way around it. Also, got the Bizzo, got the DFHB rejection. Like, this is bullshit. And I'm so glad this coach made the call to all of the other swim clubs to let them know who this Bizzo was so that she doesn't get the opportunity to harm someone like this again. Liking this head coach still. Had her drop the 10 bomb, said, I don't care what a person is going through. If you want to cheer someone on, then say it in a way that will raise someone up, not in a way that's not only insulting, but cruel as well. Indeed, 100%. It's not okay. It is not okay.